Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We, the Ventures of Group 6, will present about the company Khalati Mart. Our presentation will cover about the company description, product description, data sources and data collection, analysis of the data, suggestion for changes and improvements, and lastly, the conclusion of our project. I am Sharifah Amirah Nur Najmi will present about the company's description. Khalati Mart is owned by Sharifah Afwani binti Syed Abu Hussein. The company is located in Kampung Kuala Sungai Baru in Puchong, Selangor. Let me tell a little bit about the company's background. In 2017, Miss Afwani attended cooking classes at Chef Amir Academy in Klang. Then she started her business at a beginner level later in that year. She did not record any cost and profit that she earned. After she finishes her STPM in 2019, she started her business properly and promotes her personal brand as Khalati Mart. She calculated and recorded the cost and profit she earned when producing her product. Product description. The product produced by Khalati Mart is Popia cheesy mushroom. The specialties of the Popia is the creamy texture of cheese and the exclusive taste of mushroom that have not been innovated by other Popia makers. The Popias are sold in two forms, which are frozen Popia and fried Popia. The frozen Popia are packaged in transparent vacuum plastic bag for 10 ringgit, while the fried Popia are packaged in plastic container for 11 ringgit. Customers has the option to buy the type of Popia based on their preference, such as chicken, beef, or seafood.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Amni Atira binti Hasim with metric number 2018690. Now I'll be explaining on how we find the data sources and also how we collect the data. For the data sources, we had an interview session with Khalati Mart owner via the Zoom platform. The interview occurred on 20 November 2021 from 8 to 8:45 p.m. This is the main way we collected the data from the owner. Other than the live interview, we also communicate with the owner of Khalati Mart via WhatsApp. For your information, Ms. Afwani also comfortable being addressed as Kak Afain. Among the additional data received is permission to interview the owner, a list of raw data of direct materials, close-up pictures of the products, and also the address of Khalati Mart. For the data collection, here you can see on the left side are the raw data of the direct materials used to make the Popia, and on the right side are the data on direct labels used. Mr. Afwani used 2 labels and paid them Rm5 ringgit for every 100 pieces of Popia wrapped and packaged. Now I'm going to explain on the analysis part. We have divided the analysis part into 6 parts, which are analysis on direct materials, direct labels, inventory system, marketing, sales, and analysis on the cost management implication. Firstly, I'll be explaining on the analysis of direct materials. Stated in these slides are the list of direct materials used to make the frozen Popia. There are various ingredients of direct materials with different quantities and also measurement. At the bottom, the direct materials are totaled up to Rm208. Therefore, Khalati Mart will need Rm208 ringgit to buy all the direct materials. To maintain the freshness of the frozen Popia, the direct materials will only be restocked every time the production takes place. Next, the restocking process of the direct materials will only be once to twice a month. As the owner is a part-time student and a part-time business owner, the restocking process will also depend on the performance of the sales and his schedules. Next, the production per batch are 460 to 480 pieces. Next, as stated in this slide, are the premium ingredients used that make the Popia taste more scrumptious.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Aisha Izzati and I will continue with the analysis of direct label. So Khalati Mart has hired 2 workers for their company and they will help in wrapping the Popia and also in packaging the product, like sealing it and also to put stickers on it. As for the payment, the workers will be paid based on the number of products that they manage to complete. And Khalati Mart has allocated Rm5 ringgit for every 100 pieces that they manage to complete. This means that they will get 5 cents per piece of Popia.
My name is Umayyah Huda binti Muhammad Asri with metric number 2015856. 4.3 inventory system. Since making the popiah cheesy mushroom requires ingredients that need to be preserved properly, the majority of ingredients used by Khalati Mart are stored in the refrigerator to keep it fresh and to avoid any contamination. When Ms. Afwani restocks the product, she will get around 460 to 480 pieces of popiah mushroom. Since Ms. Afwani's product is frozen popiah, she will store it in the freezer that is especially prepared for the popiah before being sold to the customer. Ms. Afwani also mentioned that she makes sure she sells all the products that she needs before restocking the new ones. From this scenario, we can identify that she used the first in first out inventory system FIFO in her production. If there happens to be any defects item such as the product is contaminated or the spring roll pastry is torn out, Ms. Afwani will bear all the costs as the product cannot be sold to the customer. However, until this day, she does not have any defect items. Therefore, 100% of her product can be sold to the customer.
Overhead costs. The company does not account the overhead costs such as electricity and cooking oil in the product cost. The overhead cost that they accounted for was the packaging cost only. Based on our group's analysis, the overhead cost that the company incurred is electricity, packaging, cooking oil, and stickers. Marketing. Khalati Mart promotes their business through social media such as Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, and Twitter. WhatsApp and Twitter focuses on customers with close relations such as friends and families. On the other hand, Facebook and Instagram has a broader target market as they promote the business to the public at large. One of the marketing strategies that they applied is customers' feedback to gain the trust of future customers.
Now, we'll move to the distribution channels. Khalati Mart has used two types of distribution channels, which are direct distribution channels and also indirect distribution channels. For the direct distribution channels, the founder of Khalati Mart, who is Ms. Afwani, will deliver the products on her own by using her car, and she will charge the delivery cost to the customer based on the distance from the company to the customer's address, and it is charged 60 cents per kilometer. As for the indirect distribution channels, Ms. Afwani has put her products at 5 to 8 retail shops that are located nearby to her company, and the cost incurred for these indirect distribution channels are rent fee or commission for the agents. For the rent fee, some shops has charged 50 ringgit for the maximum of 100 packet of popiah. And for the commission for the agents, they will be paid 1 ringgit or 2 ringgit per packet of popiah that are sold. Now we will move to the pricing strategy. So Khalati Mart has adopted cost plus pricing for their company. This means that they will compute the price per popiah and then they will mark the price up to 25%. As you can see here, we have computed the unit product cost for the popiah. As for the direct materials, it is 52 cents per piece, and for the conversion cost, it is 51 cents per piece. So the total of unit product cost is equal to 1 ringgit and 3 cents. So the unit product cost that we got just now will be used to compute the selling price. So the unit product cost that we got just now will be multiplied with the 25% markup, which is equal to 0.258 cents. So by adding the cost and also the markup, the selling price per piece of popiah is 1 ringgit and 29 cents. However, Khalati Mart does not sell the popiah per piece, but instead they sell it per packet, which contains of 8 pieces. So we will need to multiply the selling price that we got just now with 8 to get the price per packet, which is 10 ringgit and 32 cents. But this amount is rounded down to 10 ringgit because Khalati Mart only sell their product for Rm 10 ringgit per packet. So as you can see here, the price of the popiah per packet before we add the markup is equal to 8 ringgit and 24 cents. So this means that with the selling price of 10 ringgit per packet, Khalati Mart has been able to generate revenue of 1 ringgit and 76 cents per packet. However, at the same time, we can also see that they are actually incurring loss of 32 cents per packet. This is because, as we calculate earlier, with a 25% of markup, Khalati Mart actually need to sell their product at the price of RM10.32 per packet instead of RM10.
4.7.1 Process Costing. We analyzed that this company used process costing system with no beginning and ending inventory every month. Firstly, we find the total conversion cost, which consists of direct labor cost and manufacturing overhead cost. The total direct labor cost is RM20, while manufacturing cost is RM182.36. Therefore, the total conversion cost is RM202.36. After that, we also have the total of direct material, which is RM208. And then we find the direct material and conversion cost per unit, and we found the cost per unit is RM1.03.
One of the cost management concepts that we can extract from the company is accounting for material. The cost of purchase order per order is RM10.20, the demand is 400 units, the annual carrying cost per unit is 22 cents, the lead time is 1 day, and the company holds no safety stock. From the information, we computed the company's economic order quantity as 194 pieces. The company will incur a total of RM42.47 for the inventory cost per month. Other than that, Khalati Mart should restock when the inventory of popiah cheesy mushroom falls to 13 pieces. The minimum inventory level of inventory is 0 units as they uses just-in-time system for their company. The estimated quantity of inventory that must not exceed it to avoid overstocking is 193 units.
Next, we continue with the challenges and suggestions for changes and improvement. The first challenges Ms. Afwani face is as a part-time student and part-time business owner. As a student herself and the owner of a small business, she has to carefully manage her time wisely. Other than that, she has to regularly promote her product, although sometimes there will not be any buyers. If she doesn't, it will be harder for her to make any sales. The second challenge faced by Ms. Afwani was to collect sales from her agents. One of the methods Khalati Mart use in selling their product is by putting certain pieces of popiah cheesy mushroom at nearby small store. However, it is hard to collect the sales from them as she has to go there and collect it by herself. Sometimes it is hard to reach the owners as they are late in replying to their WhatsApps, or when Ms. Afwani went to their store, they are absent. To add, some of the store also require the product to be sold first, otherwise she cannot collect the money. While the third challenges is in terms of the payment method. Since Ms. Afwani also used cash on delivery service, also known as COD, as one of her payments method, she has to reject some of the orders if the address was too far from her house. Since she did the delivery on her own, she can only deliver the product within the area of her house. This will limit the number of her sales. During the COVID-19 outbreak, she could not deliver her product to customers due to the restrictions of the Movement Control Order, which is MCO.
So based on all the challenges that is faced by Ms. Afwani, here are some suggestions that we can provide for her. The first one is regarding the time management. So Ms. Afwani is advised to create a schedule for her daily activities to ensure that she will have ample time to study and at the same time manage her business. Other than that, she also can set automatic advertisements for her product so that she does not need to set up manually every single time she wants to promote her product. Next is regarding the sales collection. So Ms. Afwani can set a new policy for her company. For example, like she can set a specific date for each month for all the agents to pay for the amount of sales to her. It is also highly encouraged for Ms. Afwani to ask all her agents to pay through online banking so that she does not need to go to each and every shops of her agents to collect the money. So by doing this, Ms. Afwani can avoid any unpleasant circumstances from happening. For example, like inability to collect the sales amount from the agents. And the last one is suggestion to improve the payment method. So initially, Ms. Afwani will only accept delivery orders that are located not far from her house. So to solve this issue, Ms. Afwani can hire runners to deliver the products to the area that are too far from her house. By doing this, she can avoid rejecting orders from the customers, which will lead to the bad reputation to her company. Other than that, she may also hire more agents for her products from around Malaysia. By doing this, she can ensure a smooth delivery of her products, and at the same time will make her products to be known around Malaysia. And this will also help to boost her sales of her company.
Next, we also would like to suggest Khalati Mart to implement accounting for overhead. This can be done by dividing the cost into various departments. The departments are divided into two, which are the operating department and also the supporting department. The operating department consists of the production department. Meanwhile, the supporting department consists of the packaging and shipping department. The benefit of dividing these costs into various departments is a more precise allocation of overhead costs overall. Next, to implement accounting for overhead, Khalati Mart may need to use the reciprocal method to allocate the cost to all the departments. The reciprocal method is allocating support department costs to operating departments by fully recognizing the mutual services provided among all support departments. The benefit of using reciprocal method is similar with the previous one. However, it is important to note that reciprocal method is the method used to have a better precise allocation of the overhead costs. Next, we also would like to suggest Khalati Mart to implement activity-based management or ABM. In the future, if Ms. Afwani wants to evaluate the performance of her company, she may need to use the activity-based management system to improve the value of her products or services to customers and increase her business competitiveness and also profitability. There are two categories of ABM system that we would like to suggest, which are operational ABM and also the strategic ABM. For the operational ABM, Khalati Mart can acquire a machine that helps in the process of wrapping the popia skin. By acquiring the machine, Khalati Mart can improve the productivity of its popia production and also lowering the labor cost used. Meanwhile, for the strategic ABM, Khalati Mart can use Shopee as an online platform to make the payment. It will ease their customer to make payment using the checkout system provided by Shopee. By doing this, Khalati Mart can avoid payment delay and at the same time can increase the number of her customers.
Suggestion to implement customer profitability analysis, also known as CPA. Because Khalati Mart has various platforms for selling its product, it is better and preferable if Khalati Mart can evaluate which customer give the highest profitability. To do this, Ms. Afwani can opt to implement customer profitability analysis to analyze the customer's profitability. By implementing this, Ms. Afwani can reduce the marketing costs and save her time to promote her product. She can focus more on which platform has the most loyal customers. This will help to determine what offers to give to retain her loyal customers. For instance, she can give discounts or free gift to her loyal customers so they will keep buying her products. Besides that, Ms. Afwani can reduce the cost of using the agents by evaluating which agents have the most sales and decide which agents to remove. Conclusions. After collecting all the data from the company, we can identify the company's direct materials, direct labor, and manufacturing overhead. We also recognize how Khalati Mart markets their products, which is by Instagram, Facebook, and WhatsApp. After that, we also calculate the company's EOQ and reorder points. In the end, we can conclude that there are many suggestions that can be proposed to Khalati Mart. By doing this project also, our group learned to apply cost and management topics that we learned from ACC 2112. We try as much as possible to relate what we learned in the class with a real-life situation. Without us realizing it, the teamwork in our group was also built during the process of finishing the project. We sat down together to generate ideas and help each other in the making of this report. Our communication abilities were also enhanced as we approached and get to know small seller as Ms. Afwani, the owner of Khalati Mart. That's all from us. Thank you.